They're on a 2-year mission to Mars. They're taking some algae among the stars. They're on a 2-year mission to Mars. Stowaway is a new Netflix original from director Joe Pena, who directed Arctic. Stars Toni Collette, Anna Kendrick, and Daniel Day Kim as a 3-member crew heading on a 2-year mission to Mars. Hence the weird, goofy intro, proving that I can't sing at all. And everything seems to be going well. They've trained for this mission. Daniel Day Kim, his character David, he's got, some algae that he wants to help terraform some parts of Mars. Worked out so well for the Martians, so why not do it here? And you have Zoe, who's a nursing student, and you have Toni Collette, who is the captain. And, well, everything seems to be going totally fine, despite the fact that when they are getting out of Earth's atmosphere, some people handle it well, some people don't. Anna Kendrick is all amazed to be in space. And they travel to a space station. That's no moon, it's a space station that's really weirdly designed. One of the weirdest designed spaceship station, whatever. So goofy. You take a look at this goddamn thing, it's like, who in the world thought that this was a good goddamn idea to take that spaceship and that apparatus all the way to Mars? But anyway, they train for this mission, they're all happy, and, well, it seems like things are going just fine. They're settling in, and then suddenly something weird happens. A stowaway is on board. There's a stowaway, and then there, spaceship Hills, and it's a character, Michael, played by Shamir Anderson. They have no idea how he got there. Seriously, I don't even think he knew how he got there. And basically, from there, we have a movie where it's a question of, can all of them survive? Because this particular spaceship was built for only a few people, but not built for one more. So it's a question of, can these people, handle it? Can they handle it? Can they handle it? Can they handle it? As things start to go a little bit tits up on this 2-year mission to Mars. So anyway, pretty much from there, we just get a lot of, panning shots and actors, telling their stories and just, sharing their stuff with the base back home. Like, oh, what should we do? What should we do about this stowaway? What should happen? And honestly, I'm trying my best to describe this plot in intricate detail, but the plot's about that thin, and it's also one of the most boring movies that I've seen in a while. And I'm not too surprised that this movie was glacially paced. I just didn't think that it was going to be so glacially paced that they had long panning shots, or they just had establishing shots of the fact that they're in space. And I don't mind movies that move slow, but good God, they could have cut 20 minutes out of this motherfucking movie and not miss shit. I will say that it's better than Midnight Sky, because literally I could have shat something out that was better than Midnight Sky because the movie fucking sucked. But this is pretty goddamn boring. And when you have Anna Kendrick and Toni Collette, and Daniel Day Kim's also good in this, and Shamir Anderson is good in this as well. It's a small cast, seriously. Those are the only 4 characters that are on screen. There's a couple voices, of the base back home, and that's it. So I'm going to get into spoilers here in a little bit, but I will just say that it's very much a character-driven movie. The problem is that it only helps when you have characters, and they're all kind of paper thin, and nobody really does anything. This movie doesn't accomplish anything, and it's very obvious, it's very predictable where it's going to go. And the acting isn't bad, but it's also bland. The movie's just very bland and very generic, and it's like, I don't know, it's like Ad Astra if you took out any of the interesting stuff. But Stowaway, it's just like, it lives up to its name. There is a stowaway, so I guess it's a accurate title. But overall, it's just really boring. Like, if you want to watch something that features Anna Kendrick and Toni Collette and Daniel Day Kim, then I guess you're in the right place. But a good cast on paper does not a good movie make, and it just ends up being really boring. Now I'm going to get into spoilers here, but yeah, if you have an hour and 50 minutes to kill, there are worse things to do. You could watch All My Friends Are Dead. Don't watch that. Check out my review, find out why. But anyway, spoilers. We're getting into spoilers. Okay, so the character Michael ends up stowed away up there, hence the title, and it turns out because of where he was stowed, a piece of the ship got damaged, some equipment that kind of is, affecting the oxygen. So now, even though the ship was originally only built for 2 people, but was upgraded to handle 3 people, even then it was stretching the limits. It was pushing it to the limit. They were walking along the spacewalk edge. And Michael now has made it impossible because Michael damaged the equipment, even though, how did he get up there? Who the fuck knows? Did he fall asleep? Genuine question. Anyway, So after they establish that Michael, is not going to be able to, that Michael's pretty much depleting all their resources because that equipment got damaged, even though it wasn't his fault. Maybe, I don't know, a space monkey from Ad Astra decided to go up there and stab it. It wouldn't make as much sense as anything else here. But nope, we get no space monkeys. We get no weird shit. Basically, just they talk a whole lot, and eventually they come up with the idea that, hey, let's use those algae samples that Daniel Day Kim's character David has to terraform Mars. Well, he tries using them to produce oxygen, and they all die because they're algae and it's sensitive stuff. That doesn't work. The oxygen's depleting, and Anna Kendrick's character Zoe basically foils an attempt for David to give Michael something that would help him just fall asleep, and he would basically die, and then maybe the crew could live on. Well, then they try to go on the most convoluted thing where they go on the spacewalk, they get up these cables, and they get to this other thing, and then they got to rappel down to this oxygen. Who designed this ship? Who designed this? It's the worst goddamn design. It's like, this is basically just, to have set pieces and have Anna Kendrick and Daniel Day Kim do some spacewalking, and that's pretty much it. They called him the Gangster of Love. Some people called him Space Maurice. Well, I'm just trying here to make some jokes. But anyway, they eventually get to where they get enough oxygen. Well, they lose one tank when they try to go back. And because a solar storm is coming. Oh no, solar sandstorm. Deep hurting. I thought a lot of deep hurting while watching this. And eventually, it turns out that their oxygen is depleting. The solar storm's knocking out the power. Anna Kendrick basically says, well, I'm going to save Michael. And David, you have a wife back at home. So I have nothing to live for. Let me stupidly go up, get some solar storm energy, despite the fact it took us forever to get back and we lost the tank. I can do this on my own, even though there were two people before. And she somehow manages to get down there with the solar storm radiation cutting through her. And she gets the tank down there, and everybody gets saved. They get back home, I guess, and she fries, and she dies after an opening, or after a narration, where she said, I found something to live for. No, you didn't. You fucking died. Yeah, D. I almost wanted to give it an F, but at least there was, like, some atmosphere, ironically, since it was in space. But yeah, D. It was boring. It was so fucking boring. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.